Hello everyone, my name is Devendra and in this video we are going to learn about dictionaries in Python. So, what is a dictionary? A dictionary is a collection of key value pair in Python where dictionaries are, or I say, were unordered before Python 3.7. Now, after Python 3.7, they are ordered, which means that they maintain the insertion order. So, whatever order the elements are inserted into a dictionary, they'll maintain that order. Also, they are mutable, which means that we can add, modify, or remove the elements inside a dictionary. Dictionaries are indexed by keys, which means that if we have to access any data or any value within a dictionary, we have to access it using their keys. These keys should be unique, they cannot be duplicates. Also, keys must be immutable. So, we cannot modify the keys in a dictionary. So how we create a dictionary? We create a dictionary using a curly braces where we will have key followed by colon and then we will have the value. Okay, let's see this with an example how we create dictionary. So here, if we'll see, if we have to create an empty dictionary, we'll just use curly braces and will not give any key or any value inside. In the second example, you will see that we can use dictionary using dictionary constructor as well. And the most common and the traditional way of creating a dictionary is providing the key and values. So here, for example, if you'll see, I have created a dictionary named student where I have provided my key as name, then the actual value as Alice. Age is my another key, value is 20, uh, then another key in grade, corresponding value is A, subjects, and then we can have a list of subjects. So it's math, science, English. So let me just print it. Okay, I'll just execute it and show you that. Okay, so here's the result. If you will see, moving forward, there are different ways to create dictionaries. First way, as we discussed above, that we can use it creating curly braces. Then second way, we can create a dictionary using dictionary constructor. Then there is another way where we can create it using a dictionary with the list of tuples. So what we will do, we'll use dictionary constructor where as elements we'll provide tuples in the form of a list. So there that tuple will actually represent our key value pair. Okay, so here if you'll see the name is the key, David is the value, again age is key, 35 value, then city is the key and Paris is the value. Okay, yep. And there is another method to create a dictionary where if we want to create a dictionary with same values, then we can use from keys. Okay, so we let me just show you. So here, what we can do, we can use dict.from keys method to create dictionary with the same values. So here, I'll just show you. If I just remove this, what will happen? It will just give me it will create a dictionary with none because I have not provided any of the default values. Now, if I just provide default value, let's say 1, and I execute it again, it will give the default value. It will assign that value to all the elements. Okay. So moving on to the next, let's how I can access these values now. So the same way we used to access a list where we used to provide the indexes for maybe forward index or backward index. So here in case of dictionary, we we provide keys instead of the indexes, the actual indexes. So here in the example, if you can see, I have a dictionary name as car and then the key value base corresponding. Okay, now if I have to access the brand, so if I have to access the brand of that car, so what how I'll call the dictionary So I'll just say a car, then the key we- for brand, the key is brand. So this similarly, if I want to know the year when that car was created, so I can just see a car, and then I'll just as an index, I'll pass that key as year, and it will give me the value. Let me just show you. So here, if you'll see brand as Toyota, year as 2022. Similarly, we can use a get method as well to get the values. So to get the values, what we can do is we can just use the get method. So here, instead of passing mm, the index or the key, I've just called the get method and pass my key. Okay. And if what if I have nested values? So let's say, for example, I have address to store. So in address, we are aware that we can have multiple lines. So line one, line two, so house number, flat number, then street, locale, city, uh, state. Okay. So if I have to access something in that manner, so what I'll do the same thing which we used to do in list. I'll just call my variable the list, sorry, the dictionary, then the key first key, and inside that key then again I have another key, so then another key. Okay. Yeah, so here if you will see, I wanted to access the city where I reside here. So what I did, I called employee, then the first key, and then the nested city, so it gave me the city. Now if I have to add or modify any item in a list, what I can do is I can simply add or modify. So here, if I have to add, I can give the key, and correspondingly, I can just simply assign that value to it. So here, if you will see earlier, my book does not have any key as year and as pages. So what I did, I just assigned those values. I created a variable, I created a key, and I assigned that value to it. There's another way where we can do this. We can use update function to add multiple items at once. So in the above example, you saw that what we did, we created a key and assigned the value individually. And here, if I have to do the same in bulk or multiple entries or multiple items I have to insert, I can simply use the update function, update method, and I can simply assign that value. And the same way, if that key exists, it already exists, it will go and it will update or modify that value. Okay, moving on to the next. So now how we can remove items from a dictionary. So to remove items from dictionary, we can simply use a pop function. What pop function will do? It will remove and return the value for a key. So how we can use it? We can simply we can use our dictionary followed by pop function, where we can provide a key for which we want to remove the value which I actually want to remove. So if I just execute it, so if you will see, the original inventory which I have is apples 50, bananas 30, oranges 40, grapes 25, and mangoes 15. Now, if I want to remove banana from this dictionary, what I'll do, I'll simply pass my key, that bananas, into a pop function, and I'll just execute it. So here, if you will see, uh, after popping, it returned me the same list, but now banana is not there. Okay. Now, there is one more thing with pop function. There is thing, if it does not have that key, it will give us an error. So to avoid that, we pass another argument to pop function or pop method. We pass another argument, default value, in case of in case it doesn't find the key or the key does not exist. So here, if I'll just show you, I'll just remove this and we'll see that our we'll get the error. Okay. So what it says that pop removes last inserted key value pair key value error as watermelon because watermelon is not available in our actual original dictionary. Okay. Let me just revert these changes now. And I'll show you again. Since watermelon was not there, we should expect not found as the result. So here, if you'll see, try to remove watermelon, not found. Okay. Then we have one more method, pop item. So what pop item does is it'll remove and return the last inserted key value pair. So whatever the last key value pair we have inserted, it will just remove that. Then if in case we have to delete or we have to remove any specific item or key, we'll just do it simply by delete function. So it's similar to pop. Here it will result in the same way. And if we have to remove all the elements, then we use clear method. So dictionary followed by clear method. Okay. Now let's move on to see some dictionary methods. To be, I think we have already saw some of the methods above. Let's see some more. So if I want to know the keys of a dictionary, if I want to get the list of all the keys, I can simply use keys method. So then if I have to get the values, I'll use values method. Then we have items which will return all the key value pairs as a tuple. And then if we want to know the length of our dictionary, we'll use length function. Okay. So moving on to the next nested dictionaries. So as we discussed above, we can store multiple um, dictionaries or multi-layer dictionaries. So where we'll have a nested structure where I'll have my base dictionary, then inside that I can again have a dictionary and again have a dictionary. So in that case, how I'll actually access the data from there or elements from there if I have to access anything. So the same way we discussed above, we can simply use our dictionary followed by the key of the base and then the next level. And if we have further levels, then the next levels. Okay. So moving on to the next, we have copying dictionaries. So how we actually copy a dictionary? There are few ways to copy a dictionary. The first one is equals to operator. So whenever we try to copy anything using equals to, uh, what it does is it actually creates a reference of the original object into the new object, but it actually does not make a actual copy. So whenever we'll try to make any changes to our new object or new variable, it will actually update it and the changes will be reflected in the original dictionary as well. So this kind of copying is known as shallow copy. There's one more way to do shallow copying is, and that is using copy method. So when we try to create a copy a dictionary using a copy method, what it will do, do the same thing. It will create a new object where it will keep the reference of the original object, and whenever we will try to update the original or the update the new object, it'll or the changes will actually reflect in the original. Then we have another type of copy which is deep copy. When we say deep copy, we usually do the copying using deep copy method, which is Yeah. So we usually do it using deep copy method. So here, if we'll see in the example, we have the copy method where we are actually trying to copy. Then we have the example of deep copy method as well, where we have our original nested list. Then we are trying ways to assign. Then we are trying to create a new object where we are trying to copy the actual dictionary. Let me just try to. So here, in case of deep copy, what happens actually? It actually creates a new object altogether. So whenever we'll try to make any changes to our new or our existing or our original dictionary, the changes will not be reflected. So if we are updating our new dictionary, the change, whatever changes we are doing, those changes will not be reflected in the original dictionary as compared to shallow copy, where we were able to see the changes or those changes in the original dictionary as well. So guys, I think that's it for this video. See you all in the next video. Thank you.